Hello everyone, my name is Deblina Ray.
And my name is Abhishek Singh.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Weekends with Us.
So, guys, I think most of you would have already watched or decided to not watch the movie Dunki, which is the third movie of Shah Rukh Khan this year, right? Jawan, Pathan, and Dunki, right? So, I mean, this is one of the most anticipated movies, three times in a row in the same year. I mean, I think it's year of Shah Rukh Khan. He has been doing great movies, earning a lot on the box office. So, we decided to do a spoiler review of the movie, right? I mean, we are not going to hold on any of the plot points or anything because this movie, just saying it upfront, at least infuriated me. Okay, I was very angry watching it. Like some people said, it's good, it's endearing, it has good emotions, good acting. We'll talk about all of it. But at the same time, I felt it's insulting at a lot of levels. Okay, so that was my thought, and I really wanted to talk about it. Have a discussion with you about the plot points, things that happen in this movie. So yeah, so let's do that.
Yeah, I think while we are going to touch upon a lot of controversial topics,
Yeah.
which has triggered us,
Right.
A Rajkumar Hirani movie is something that we go with a lot of expectations,
Yes.
and this is nothing like that.
Right.
Let's be very honest.
Yeah.
If you are a die-hard, blind Shah Rukh Khan fan, only
Yes.
then you will end up liking it. Otherwise, it is nothing like a erstwhile Shah Rukh Khan movie or even an erstwhile Rajkumar Hirani movie.
Right.
You definitely expect a lot.
Yeah.
And also, I think the characters. Let's speak about the chemistry between Shah Rukh Khan and Taapsee. I
Sure.
did not really find it really endearing.
Mhm.
Not something that I'm going to be dying for them to be casted together again.
Right.
So I think fair job.
Fair job. I mean, the acting
in
is
acting,
good.
But not in the chemistry,
Chemistry.
is something that I will say.
Right.
Let's talk about the premise.
Yeah. So the premise is basically the Dunki route that the people take to reach countries like US, for example. So instead of taking a proper legal route where you have a degree, you have proof that you can speak English, you can assimilate into their culture, and then applying for a visa where they approve it. And by the way, these are like long queues of people. There are people, thousands of lakhs of people who want to go to US. So it's not very easy getting those visas if you are trying to do, be it student visa, work visa, whatever it is. So what people do is end up taking the Dunki route, which is let's say via an agent. You pay them money, they take you through different countries, illegal routes, and then get you an entry. What I know personally, is these things are more common, especially in the states of Punjab, Gujarat. These two I know for sure. South people go to US a lot, but
Yeah.
as far as I know, they usually take the legal route. I mean, they are like well educated and they go via work permits and all. But in Gujarat, it's known as kabutarbaji.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the same thing, the Dunki route, which is called, the Dunki term is actually comes from Punjab, but in Gujarat, I've heard the term kabutarbaji. It's the same concept. Yeah, uda diya and you reach US.
Oh my
Right. Yeah. So basically, that is the premise of the movie, and these characters. Let's talk about the characters first. Let's establish the characters who are there. So Shah Rukh Khan, of course, in the lead role, he plays the role of Hardy, who is a ex-military guy.
Yeah.
Right. And as Shah Rukh Khan goes, I mean, by now you kind of predict the kind of character he is going to play. I mean, Shah Rukh Khan is always Shah Rukh Khan, right? he either playing a serious role or a comic role. The story is different, the character is different, as in the role he's playing. But then ultimately, you know what you're going to get from a movie just by watching the trailer. So he does a fair job. See, if he gets a good script, a great role, he does absolute justice to it.
I just like, because I have already seen in few memes
Yeah.
also, like the opening shot is very much like a DDLJ,
Right.
that sports shot
Yeah.
where he's wearing the same that
Yeah,
striped t-shirt.
absolutely.
So that is there. But I think that the same thing, you give some role to Shah Rukh. I'm just glad that there was no bad comic here,
Yeah, absolutely.
because somehow the comic of tu gadha hai,
Tu ganda hai.
tu ganda hai, of these kind of
Brahmastra.
comic dialogues of Brahmastra reference,
Yeah.
it just does not do well with us.
Then comes Taapsee Pannu. Taapsee Pannu plays the role of Manu, who works in a restaurant. And Just like Shah Rukh Khan, as you mentioned, thankfully he doesn't do a role of a bad comedy. Taapsee Pannu thankfully doesn't play the role of person जो कि बस डांटती रहती है or something who is like always a badass and always dominating. A little bit yes, but not to the extent where I had started to find it annoying in multiple movies, seeing the same kind of character being played by her. Not that much in this movie. So again, some holding back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a holding back. She
Right.
still plays the role of a badass
Right.
character,
Yeah.
but there is some sort of like
Right.
different shades in her character here as well.
Right. Then there are two friends. One is Balli, played by Anil Grover, who is
Sunil Grover's brother. He looks like that. Like you would,
Yeah.
whenever you're going to see him on the screen, you're going to find a lot of similarities in the way they look. And I think he does a very good job in the acting also. Dialogue delivery, Hindi delivery, everything is good.
Actually, I liked his acting. I mean, overall, in the entire group, I think I was like, I can notice this character. I think he's doing a good job at it. There was also Vikram Kochar, who is also one of the friends, who is part of this group, and a short cameo role by Vicky Kaushal, who plays the character of Sukhi. But he's not Sukhi in the role. He's very Dukhi. Right? Yeah.
If I have to say, I think everybody has their own reasons for wanting to move out of the country.
Yeah.
And to settle in US.
Right.
Okay. Everybody has their own reasons, of course. We don't find anyone's reasons really convincing enough. Let's be very frank on that. We do not find it really convincing that तुमको एकदम पूरा कहीं और ही जाके settle होना है. I think Vicky Kaushal's role and the reason was still justified.
Yeah, it was genuine. I mean, she basically what he says is that my girlfriend,
is trapped in a marriage.
Is trapped in a marriage, and I have to go rescue her. And it's a fair, point where he wants to go to that country and doesn't want to stay there. He just wants to go there, rescue the girl, come back to India. So absolute genuine reason. The rest four characters, I really didn't get why exactly US. All right. I mean, it showed that this village has a lot of people who have gone abroad. Okay, maybe one motivation. But why not go to Delhi? Why not go to Mumbai? Why not go to Bangalore? I didn't get that why exactly US is there. We were reviewing this other movie, Kho Gaye Hum Kahan, right? And in that there is one dialogue. The father character of one of the characters says कि तुम लोगों की generation को need और want में difference नहीं पता है. That is what I missed in this movie. I'm like, do they need to go to US or do they want to go to US? What exactly is the motivation? I mean, okay, so just talking a little bit more about Dunki route. इस मूवी में बोला जाता है these characters are very poor. Very poor. हम गरीब लोगों को कोई जाने नहीं दे रहा है. These Dunki routes, they take around anywhere between 30 to 60 lakhs per person. I mean, define poverty. Okay, I mean, if you are really harping so much on the poverty part of it, define poverty. I mean, people who can afford this much money want to go to US because they want to make more money. They cannot be categorized technically as poor. Poor होते हैं Uttar Pradesh. Okay, I can tell you what kind of poverty is actually out there in some of these states. So
I can talk about Bengal famine.
Yeah, Bengal famine. Right? I mean, there are people who cannot afford 10,000, 20,000 rupees. Basically, you are paying 30 to 60 lakhs rupees, 70 lakh rupees. You can easily invest that amount. Kuch mat karo. Just put that money in an FD. You will earn interest out of it, right? I mean, you can do very well being here. Now you will say, people who will defend will say, they have to sell their land, they have to take a loan. Point is, they have that money somehow. Okay, you can do something with that money in India. Can you imagine if we had to spend that kind of money? Would we have it? We are technically white collar, professionals working in MNCs. If we have to manage that kind of money, we can't do that.
Yeah. No, I think it did not make any sense. Especially when I read about this data, that initially I thought that this Dunki route is like a jugaad route.
Yeah.
So probably you're not going to be investing that much amount of money.
Exactly.
But when I actually saw the data point, I'm like, they are nowhere close to being poor.
Exactly.
You might as well just earn a degree, and do some kheti only, man, in Punjab.
Absolutely.
Do some tractor business in Punjab if you do not think that you are that educated to run a business or so.
Yeah.
And something that I could not really digest was they went to US through whatever means they finally reached there. after a period of time, they're still doing some shitty job.
Exactly.
There was no growth. Like if your individual is going to do some shitty job, I mean, of course, for doing a shitty job also, US probably is going to pay you more. But then the cost of living is also equally higher. There also you are being disrespected by the Firangs. यहाँ पे at least तुम्हारे देश के लोग तुमको disrespect कर रहे होंगे.
Exactly. I'm like, at least better to be disrespected in your own language by your own people.
Yeah. And then you are like last में मतलब तुम उसके मुंह पे जवाब देके like you want to now go back to your country. अभी तुम्हारे अंदर ये suddenly इतना ममता कहाँ से आ गया अपने country के लिए और अभी तुम उसके मुंह पे मार रहे हो like but these are the people. It's like वो नहीं कहते कि जिसके थाली में खाते हो
उसी में छेद
करते हो types feeling is something that we got, so didn't really go well with the morality of it at least.
Right. So let's talk about some positives first and then we'll step into the rant, the creeping part of it, right? I think the acting is good across. I mean, whatever scripts they are given, they do justice with it. Okay, Shah Rukh Khan, Taapsee Pannu, Vikram Kochhar, Anil Grover, everybody, whatever script they got, they did absolute justice with it. I don't think there was any bad acting there. Wherever there was something bad happening on screen, it was because of the script. Where the script goes absolute bonkers, acting was good, I can say. The only one problem I found problematic with the acting is, these guys, by the end of the movie, they have stayed in UK for what, 25 years. No accent. अरे मतलब यार 25 साल रहे हो कोई accent ही नहीं है, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता यार. I mean, people go for like 1 year, okay, they come back with an accent, and these guys are like still saying the same, have the same Punjabi accent after coming back. I'm like, no, not possible. Doesn't make any sense. That was one problem.
Either the real life people are faking it or you are faking it.
Exactly. Right. So songs, I think just one good one, decent one, and I can't say it's good one. I mean, you probably won't remember after 1 or 2 years. It's just decent.
After a couple of months only, and I think the only good part about that song is I see a lot of energy in Shah Rukh Khan. Like the steps he does requires a lot of core energy and a lot of stamina. So I think he does a very good job in the dancing.
Dancing he does good. I mean, like even the other songs, Chaleya from Jawan and then Pathan, title song. I mean, the steps he does is not technically very easy. I mean, like once you think about it, I mean,
there are proper jumping steps which require a lot of stamina. So he has.
I've not seen many dancers also do justice to those steps. So good for him, that he can pull it off at this age. Cinematography, I think it was good. The camera shots were great especially when they showed the desert. Then they're walking through the desert, and the shots were very well placed. You could feel that these guys are going through some foreign land and traversing these tough terrains, right? So I think that was good. That's it. That was a positive I had. Now the negatives. Okay. So there is a part in the movie when these guys are going to the Dunki route. Okay. And
then one more good thing I would want to say.
Sure.
Boman Irani.
Boman Irani. He also.
I think
he's a staple of Rajkumar Irani.
I was about to say that. That I think every director has some sort of a constant.
Right.
For Rajkumar Irani, it is Boman
Irani. Yeah, absolutely. Every movie, 3 Idiots, Munabai MBBS. Yeah, exactly. Right. So now there's a part in the movie when these guys are going in a container or in a ship.
Yeah.
And there's a shit bucket that falls over. So basically, just like that shit bucket falls over onto the screen, the script is what for me is a shit bucket that falls all over this movie. Like seriously.
Savage.
Exactly. I'm like, who wrote this, man? I don't understand. Okay, so let's go one by one. This movie wants to be very progressive at times. Okay, they are like, don't judge the poor, okay, by their English, the way they speak. They don't know speaking. They can't speak English. So what? They are humans. Judge them like humans. Very explicitly saying this thing out loud. They make jokes on bald people. Yeah. The one of the guys is barber, so they show थोड़े से बाल हैं, and he's trying to style those few hair, and that is played for laughs. They make fat jokes like Boman Irani, for example, and the other guy who was, being a goon in the dhaba where Taapsee Pannu works. There is South Indian jokes as usual. So basically, when these guys go for an interview to speak English, the Shah Rukh Khan, the person interviewing him,
interviewed by
and so he's like, thank you so much. I'll name my kid after you. Shah Rukh Khan says that, and he's like, what is your name? He says a long South Indian name, and that is played for laughs. Audience are supposed to be ha 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 ha. What? I mean, it's a name, dude. I mean, like, it's 2023. Like, Funsuk Wangdu was a thing in 2000s, right? I mean, that is fine for Three Idiots. The times have changed. You have to accept that different cultures can have different names which are tough to pronounce. So, why are you making fun of that? I mean, if you're so progressive about it. They make fun of the fact that the mother of Vikram Kocher's character wears pants. So, I mean, it said कि मैं UK जाना चाहता हूँ क्यों? क्योंकि मेरी मम्मी पैंट पहनती हैं, right? ये क्या? What is this motivation, dude? Because she wears pants, she has to work, and the other men in the colony, leer at her.
Yeah.
तो उनकी प्रॉब्लम है ना. Why is that a motivation for you to go to UK? अरे हाइट क्या? And at no point in time anybody confronts him, maybe once Tapsi Pannu says कि ठीक है, मतलब पैंटी तो पैंटी, but then really doesn't solve that. In fact, they double down when he returns after 25 years. His mom is wearing jeans, and that is also played for laughs. You are supposed to laugh at it. Oh, अच्छा, तो basically pants और jeans पे आ गई है. And Shah Rukh Khan makes a joke later. कैसे jeans के कपड़े खोलेंगे तो पहली customer तुम्हारी mother होगी. I'm like, क्या है भाई? मतलब where is your progressive story going exactly with this? I don't know. They make jokes on black guys. They reach UK and there is a black guy just working out in the field. They're like, हम अफ्रीका तो नहीं आ गए. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Come on. What are you writing? Seriously, you are basically representing the other countries as shit.
Yeah.
Right? But then tell me something. You are being not treated well in other countries. You are not also being treated well in this country. At least in those countries, you are earning better. Why? I mean, these guys went in 90s. In the movie, one of the characters says that I earn 600 pounds in a month. 600 pounds. Dude, when you translate that to INR and think about the time they are talking about, 1990s, 60,000-70,000 rupees per month you are earning, and then you are still talking shit about the country. यार कि मतलब यहाँ पे मजा नहीं आ रहा है. This is the same DDLJ syndrome which is there. है ना? अपने देश की धरती की कुछ बात ही अलग होती है. मुझे तो भारत देश की याद आ रही है. अरे तुम कमा उधर रहे हो, पैसे इधर भेज रहे हो, and then you are still talking shit about that country and you want to come here.
Yeah, I think it's more like just take a decision that whether you love your country and you want to stay in the country, the good, the bad, the ugly, and try to make the most of the place that you belong to.
Yeah.
When हम भी इस देश में ही रहना चाहते हैं, like now we're back to the real life.
Right.
We are also BTech, MBA grads. We could very well be settled in outside India,
right.
But we have chosen
to stay here.
To stay in India.
Yeah.
But there are many people who have chosen to stay there. It's basically hypocrisy, like, when you are not respecting your own decision and you're disrespecting the country that you are at that moment. And I feel like, if by the end of the movie, at least they would have passed on this message.
Right.
That going via Dunki route might not necessarily lead to prosperity.
Yes.
And sometimes you need to find your ground and your well-being also where you are, where you're born, in which country you're born in.
Right.
I think that message was completely missing.
Completely missing. I did not know what they are trying to give a message.
Exactly. Like, are you encouraging people to move to US? Or are you encouraging people to stay here? Or
go via legal route, or what is it?
Go via legal route, go via illegal route.
Exactly.
Like, earn money, educate yourself, or not educate yourself, or just be very convenient in your approach.
Exactly.
कि अभी अगर बाहर के देश वाले अगर मुझे वीजा अलाउ नहीं कर रहे, then we are just going to question कि भाई जब वो लोग आए हमारे देश में तब तो हम लोग नहीं पूछ रहे थे कि तुमको हिंदी आती है क्या?
Right.
Very good patriotic dialogue. In terms of dialogue bazi, absolutely nailed it.
Great.
But then you start seeing the hypocrisy of the same people who are bashing around people and wherever they are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once they come back after 25 years, everybody has good houses now. Okay, everybody is doing very well in their city.
Yeah.
Not even once they acknowledge that because they went to that country, even via illegal route and not being a proper citizen, whatever minimum wage, that is the keyword, minimum wage. There is a concept of minimum wage there, which is not here. So you got that money because you went to that country.
Yeah.
So at least acknowledge that and be like, okay, with that in mind, I still think, ये अच्छा रहता है. And they're talking about अपने घर में तो हर किसी को आने देते हैं लोग और खिलाते हैं लोग. Anyway, I'll come to the monologue part later. One more point I had was multiple assaults on foreigners. multiple times. In the beginning, the Vikram Kocha's character basically shoves a mop in someone's face because he's talking shit to him. If you assault like that to a foreigner in foreign land, you will be arrested. ठीक है, उसके बाद आप freely घूमोगे नहीं. You will be straight in jail. Number one, the church scene was where I got infuriated the most. Because you assaulted someone who was kind of, in exchange of money, going to marry Tapasi Pannu so you can get a visa. Yeah. That is a convenience, right? I mean, you are paying for the visa. And just because he's trying to kiss Tapasi Pannu, so Shah Rukh Khan goes into a tirade and starts to bash everybody. After that, he tries to assault a priest in a church. How is that okay? I mean, people like, ha 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 ha. I'm like, just turn the tables, okay? अभी ऐसा दिखाते हैं कि एक फॉरेनर आया and he is trying to beat a पंडित in a temple. I would have seen what kind of reaction that would have got. अभी तक ना ट्विटर पे outrage हो रहा होता proper. Just because it's a foreign land, it's a church and it's a priest. The fact that Shah Rukh Khan is trying to chase and almost trying to assault that guy is played for laughs. I don't understand where is the funny element in all of this. It's stupid, really.
Yeah, and I don't know, like what message is tried here to be conveyed.
Right.
These things have absolute bad repercussions.
Exactly.
So if you are watching this movie, please don't replicate any of what Shah Rukh Khan is actually portraying as a character.
Thankfully, they do get arrested after that scene, but I'm like, just the fact that you even attempted to show that in humorous light where he's trying to assault a priest. I'm like, no, I don't think you are thinking straight. You are being absolutely hypocritical when you're trying to say these progressive things and showing these things on in the same movie. So I'm sorry. Now coming to the monologues. Okay, the monologue problem with Rajkumar Hirani movie. The 12th Fail was also basically Rajkumar Hirani. There was a long monologue at the end, and we reviewed that movie. We talked about the monologue problem. Every time there is a person sitting and the main character goes and says a long monologue, where he's trying to just talk things emotionally. There's no logic to it. Once you really think about it, there's no logic. 3 Idiots ka monologue, sochoge, there's no logic to it. 12th Fail, no logic. And Munna Bhai MBBS mein also there's a monologue, I think, ki how this guy should be a doctor. Long monologue, ki how birds do not have any restriction. We don't stop birds from migrating. Why are you stopping us from coming to your country? There are laws for a reason. If there was no law, I mean, you go as an illegal person to a certain country. You don't have any credentials. You don't have any ID card. How are you going to be recognized as a citizen in that country? That is the first step, right? I mean, once you thinking about it, I mean, I can just extend that to any levels. I mean, अगर आप हर चीज में emotion डालोगे ना, तो आप किसी भी चीज को justify कर सकते हो. Why should I pay money to watch Dunki? I should watch it for free. The entire land is free, right? I mean, what is this sarhade and boundaries and walls, right? I mean, I should go to theater and watch this movie for free. क्यों रोक रहा हूँ मेरे को? भाई चलो मान लिया, UK guys are very much accepting. Rishi Sunak sees this movie and he's like, okay, you know what? I am opening my borders. Let people come directly. You will reach that directly, and then the next thing will be like, चलो आ तो गए हैं, but what are these? These people have their own houses. They are not letting me stay in their bedrooms. आने दो, there कोई boundary नहीं है. There's no limit to the human greed, right? I mean, once you think about it, कोई लिमिट नहीं है. आप हर एक चीज को जस्टिफाई कर सकते हो कि नहीं, अब तो मैं इस घर में घुस के रहूंगा. मैं क्या है कि इसका घर है. I mean, see, there are boundaries, laws, international laws, immigration policies, all have been made for a reason. Whether the qualification criteria is correct, whether the fact that some people can buy their way into it, those things are questionable, those things are wrong. कल को मैं जाके मन्नत खाने खड़ा हो जाऊंगा, ये कैसा रहते हैं? What are these walls, man? I want to stay in Mannat. Let me do that. So anyway, yeah, the other thing that I talked about is this. ये NRI हमारी लड़कियों को उठा के ले जा रहे हैं.
Yeah.
भाई ऐसा नहीं है कि NRI उठा के ले जा रहे हैं, लड़कियां भी जाना चाहती हैं. ठीक है? I mean, like we all have gone through arranged marriage route, so we know. When I was, back in the day, when before, we married, I mean, so ours is love marriage, but when I, back in the day, there was a time when I was going for arranged marriage, there used to be girls who used to ask, why no plans for going to US? Their parents used to ask, why are you not going to US? So ऐसा नहीं कि NRIs उठा के ले जा रहे हैं, लड़कियां भी जाना चाहती हैं. So you can't again, just very stupid part.
It's like a supply demand.
Right.
Continuously it's there.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, you absolutely nailed it. I had also written in my notes that line, जिस थाली में खाओ उसी में छेद करो. That was the gist of this movie. That is what I felt watching it. I'm like, एक तो आप illegally जा रहे हो, you end up earning money which gives you better life in your hometown, and after coming back there is no gratitude. You are like, oh, I want to go back to India. Very convenient, you know, you have lived your life and now you want to be back to India once you have the money, and you're talking shit about the other country. I don't understand this at all. Anyway, so yeah, the entire messaging was a big question mark. I did not understand what this movie wanted to convey. It was not, I mean, despite being funny at times, yes, the emotions were genuine at times, for especially the Vicky Kaushal's character, and his motivations were very, you know, good actually. But overall, movie just frustrated me. I mean, I really don't know how this movie even earned whatever 300 crores it has earned. I have absolutely no idea. It doesn't deserve it. Don't watch it. I mean, if you have not watched it, skip it. Watch it when it comes to OTT. That will be best for you.
I think it has earned only because of the pull factor by Shah Rukh. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think just like Rajkumar Hirani movie has monologues.
Yeah, I also had a monologue. Yeah.
I let him rant his heart out.
Yeah.
So yes, I think if his emotions have reached you, I think you should be doing the right decision by not going out and watching this movie.
Yeah.
Just watch it for free because it's a free land, as Abhishek right now mentioned.
Absolutely. I mean, if we are going to question movies like Animal, like we did in our review, for wrongly representing certain stuff about women, about patriarchy, about stuff like that, even these movies you cannot hide in the guise of comedy and it's a movie, it's a masala movie, chalta hai. No, I mean, I think,
and also under the blind fandom of Shah Rukh Khan.
Blind fandom of Shah Rukh Khan, you cannot, justify these things. I think it's high time. It's 2024 now. It's 2024 basically. So you have to understand your boundaries of where you can push the comedy. It is not about being woke or being a social justice warrior. No, we are not trying to do that. I think it's basic respect you give to different race, different countries. You go to different countries, you behave, you try to act like their culture.
It's like when you're in Rome, be like Romans.
Romans, exactly. That is how it is. I mean, so I don't know what this movie was trying to say. Anyway, rant over.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching us and for watching us rant over as well.
Yeah.
Like, share and subscribe and stay tuned for our next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.